when I've been talking about Chelsea and Pochettino, and I've been basically saying of late that I think we have to stick with Pochettino for a number of reasons, but one of them is I think this is a really bad summer to be looking for a new manager. And Pochettino's got 1 year left on his contract, and therefore, I think just let him see that out. He don't want to be there after that. I'm not even sure he wants to be there at the moment. I wouldn't be surprised if he left. But if he will stay, keep him there for another year, because next summer it could be a better landscape for searching for a manager. When you think of some of the manoeuvres that have been happening across Europe, you've got Bayern Munich and Barcelona scrambling for managers. You look at Manchester United's shortlist; like they're genuinely considering, if we believe what we're hearing, that Thomas Frank is in contention. We genuinely believe that Gareth Southgate is in contention. De Zerbi's leaving Brighton. What's going on? Like, Liverpool ended up with Slot, man. That wasn't meant to be the way, was it?
I think football's in a weird phase. We don't know who's taking on the mantle for Messi and Ronaldo, and we don't know who's taking on the mantle for maybe prime Jose Mourinho and Sir Alex Ferguson. I still think we're in a bit of a weird phase in that regard. Guardiola's entrenched at Man City. He's been there for 7-8 years. Ancelotti's at the end of his career. Klopp's just left, so he's not going to join a club this summer, probably. So in reality, there are only a few world-class managers at any one point anyway, and a lot of them are kind of committed to their club.
Apart from Klopp, in my opinion, Emery and Guardiola and Ancelotti, I'm trying. Tuchel maybe.
Tuchel's up there for me.
Some people would say Luis Enrique, although
Luis Enrique, he did win a Champions League.
Nagelsmann
did win a Champions League.
PSG.
Nagelsmann's got a job.
Realistically, though, are there 10 world-class managers around at the moment? There aren't, are there?
No, but were there in 2004?
Yes. Even in the Premier League alone, in the Premier League alone in 2004, you had Wenger, Ferguson, Mourinho in the same league. Rafael Benitez, same league.
Whilst there may be less world class, though, don't you think there's more of the ones just beneath it?
But I don't think
there's ever been.
I don't think they're any good. I think that we all get really excited about managers that aren't any good. Genuinely, how good's Roberto De Zerbi? Really?
He could be a world class manager. He could be.
Okay,
but they said the same.
He's managing Ukraine. He's managing Italy with no money. He's managed Brighton with no money.
ABB.
That's potential, though.
Yeah, exactly. He's got a world-class potential.
These managers that we talk about in glowing terms, we really do go head over heels for certain managers. And I think based upon what? Like, how good's Nagelsmann? Really, how good is Nagelsmann? How good is Ange Postecoglou?
So
really?
young. Some of these guys are so young. I think it's about the rhythm of football. At the moment, we're just looking for these young guys to come through. De Zerbi will get an opportunity. He'll have a shot at winning a league title very soon.
Football's always been ruthless, but football now feels like once you've failed once, like, oh, he's done.
Yeah,
but I don't think that they won't potentially come good, and I'm not factoring in that they. And I'm not acknowledging that they're young. I'm just saying that as of today, we really do get excited prematurely about.
Maybe we're overlooking it. I think there's 5 or 6 world-class managers right now.
5 or 6,
Inzaghi
maybe.
into Milan.
5 or 6
is another one. So,
I don't know quite what's going on.
Xabi Alonso's a young manager.
At lower league clubs have certainly got better, in my opinion. Especially when you look at like maybe the early days of the Premier League, you just had a lot of cloggers, a lot of long ball merchants and all that. And that has its place in the game, I think. You want to see a variety of different styles. You want to see a variety of different, tactics and stuff. But nowadays, you've got a lot more managers, especially at the lower level, that are coaching teams to do so well, and punch above their weight. Like, we're speaking about, like Brighton were, because of the coaches that they've selected, like a European team. You'd never expect Brighton to be a European
team. But do you know what hasn't happened? Apart from Mikel Arteta and Xabi Alonso, I can't really think of any player from that generation of footballers. That generation of footballers have actually massively underperformed. They've punched way below their weight. So Frank Lampard is an example. Steve Gerrard is an example. Gary Neville is an example. Sol Campbell is an example.
A lot of these guys are still in their 40s. A lot of the managers that we consider great, and Pep's a bit different, but a lot of the managers that we considered greats, we didn't consider them to the 50s, 60s.
That's
Do you know what I mean?
Fergie didn't ride with Man United for 15 years, 10 years.
He was winning European Cups at Aberdeen, though. I think that there's definitely an argument for that, but I don't think footballing society sees it that way. So I would say there's no reason to say in the future, how you were saying that De Zerbi's young, of course he is. But if I were to say this, so Wayne Rooney was recently sacked. If I were to say Wayne Rooney one day will win a Champions League as a manager, people would laugh at me. If I would say that
Yeah, you're
Steve
right,
Gerrard one day would laugh at me, one day will win a Champions League, they'd laugh at me. Whereas loads of managers have been relegated and gone on to great things. Klopp. Loads of managers have been sacked, Wenger, and gone on to great things.
Yeah, there's patience back there.
Do you think that Steven Gerrard one day can come back to the Premier League and have a serious?
But just on that point, I know Emery was already previously successful, but a lot of people considered he failed at Arsenal, and now we look at what he's doing at Aston Villa.
Yeah, and I would always contest that he failed at Arsenal. I thought he did well there.
But after Arsenal, no one would have gone he's world class. No. And now when we see what he's doing at Villa, so are we kind of proving our point wrong by saying, look, this is someone that's failed and he's come back and he's managed to rebuild himself?
It's a weird one for me with the Emery thing because I always rated him. That back-to-back European success, I always thought was good. I also would always argue, and I used to annoy Arsenal fans because I always argued that he did well at Arsenal. He had that club in a European final. Think about how poor they are in Europe. He had them 5th and in the European final. He left, Arteta had them 8th. So I don't know. I don't know if there is like a bit of a dearth of talent when it comes to managers.
By the way, Zidane wins 3 Champions Leagues in a row and he's off the scene for years. That's someone. How many managers can do that and then not appear in a job? There's a world that he should be managing right now.
Even like, and
he's not. So he's vacated the space where there should be a world-class manager.
Roy Keane had incredible success early in his career.
He did well at Sunderland, man. Sunderland. Yeah, he did well.
And now he's looked at, if you're to a point and people go, what the fuck? Roy Keane?
Yeah.
So he's still the same man that got that success.
I know. I completely agree.
Exactly.
But overall, is there a dearth of talent? Because Chelsea, I think if there was an obvious candidate, Chelsea would have changed manager. Barcelona were struggling looking for a manager. Bayern Munich have been embarrassed.
Or have they all got their eyes on the Premier League? That golden ticket of Glasner rejected Bayern Munich to stay at Palace.
Crazy.
Like, it's a bad decision.
Like, do you know what I mean? Like, maybe that's it now. Like, maybe when Bayern Munich are ringing now, it don't ring like it used to.
Do you know what? As much as I think there is a problem with the power of the Premier League, I don't like it. Arguably, the 2 best English players don't play in England. So maybe there is still power in the other leagues. But like, England's best player, England's captain, plays in Germany. So maybe they do still have the pull, but I don't know. I can't think of a situation ever previously where there has been so many good jobs available and so many unsuitable candidates for those jobs.
But that's because as well, you could kind of go, that's a timing situation.
What, because so many jobs are available?
World class, but he's not really looking for a job right now and he's not going to take some of the jobs that are available. You said Zidane. He seems to be waiting for that right job.
We haven't talked about Simeone.
Diego Simeone. You've got,
he's happy
at a club and happy. Like
8 years he's been there.
Like managers, Tuchel. He don't want to stay at Bayern Munich.
No. It's fascinating, isn't it? It really is. But thank you so much to everybody for watching this video. Do us a favour, let us know in the comments. Do you agree? Is there a dearth of talent? And we need to also let you know.
I actually think generally coaches are better.
Yeah, the average is higher, I think. Yeah.
But the elite is smaller.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. Thank you so much to everyone for playing Super 6 this season. We are delighted that you've been part of our league. And thank you to everyone at Super 6. You have made this season possible. Partnering with you has been a dream. So thank you so much to everyone at Super 6. And thank you for playing Super 6 with us. Make sure that you subscribe to all of their socials. They will be back for the Euros. And it is going to be a fantastic tournament at Super 6. Have some amazing prizes available. Make sure that you follow all of their socials. It's at Super 6.